Welcome to Terrafirma Resources Fire Extinguisher Training. What is the purpose of fire extinguishers? 1. To control or extinguish small fires. And 2. To protect evacuation routes that a fire may directly or indirectly block with smoke or burning or smoldering materials. There are 3 elements of fire. The first element is heat. A fire cannot begin or cannot continue without heat. The second element is fuel. A fire will stop without fuel. The last element is oxygen. A fire cannot begin or continue without oxygen. There are 5 categories of fire. Class A fires are formed from combustible materials, such as wood, cloth, paper, rubber and many plastics. Class B fires are formed from flammable liquids, combustible liquids, petroleum greases, tars, oils, paints, solvents, lacquers, alcohols and flammable gases. Class C fires are formed from electrical equipment. Class D fires are formed from combustible metals, such as magnesium, titanium, zirconium, sodium, lithium and potassium. And lastly, Class K fires are formed from combustible cooking substances, such as vegetable or animal oils or fats. There are 8 components to a fire extinguisher: cylindrical tank, valve, carry handle, operating lever, pull pin, tamper seal, pressure gauge, and discharge hose. Fire extinguisher types. A Class A fire extinguisher consists of water as an extinguishing agent. Is used for Class A fires. Includes a pressure gauge for visual capacity. Extinguishes fire by removing the heat from the fire. And has an effective range of 75 feet or less. A Class BC fire extinguisher consists of carbon dioxide as an extinguishing agent. Is used for Class B or C fires. Has no pressure gauge, as capacity is verified by weight. Extinguishes fire by removing the oxygen from the fire. And has an effective range of 50 feet or less. A multi-purpose or ABC fire extinguisher consists of monoammonium phosphate as an extinguishing agent. Is used for Class A, B, or C fires. Has a pressure gauge for visual capacity. Extinguishes fire by separating the fuel from the oxygen in the fire. And has an effective range of less than 50 feet. A Class D fire extinguisher consists of sodium chloride, copper, graphite, and many others as an extinguishing agent. Is used for Class D fires. Has a pressure gauge for visual capacity. Extinguishes fire by heating agent. And has an effective range less than 75 feet. A Class K fire extinguisher consists of a mixture of dry and wet conductive chemicals as an extinguishing agent. Is used for Class K fires. Has a pressure gauge for visual capacity. Extinguishes fire burning at extremely high temperatures. And has an effective range of less than 30 feet. Fire emergency response. In case of a fire, complete your fight or flight assessment. Firstly, is the building being evacuated? Secondly, has the fire department been called? Thirdly, is the fire small, contained, and not spreading? Fourthly, is the exit clear so that the fire can be fought with your back to an exit? And fifthly, is your extinguisher the proper type and rating for the fire? The typical type of extinguisher we use is dry chemical type A, B, C. Use the buddy system. Get assistance before trying to fight a fire. Continue a complete building evacuation. Do not attempt to fight a fire unless you have been trained or certified in proper use of this particular fire extinguisher. To use a fire extinguisher, utilize the pass system. P. Pull the pin. A. Aim low at the base of the flame. S. Squeeze the trigger. S. Sweep. Fire extinguishers need to be inspected monthly. When performing an inspection, check the tag for expiry date of annual certification. Check condition of fire extinguisher. Check the pressure gauge to ensure it is in the green. Move and shake fire extinguisher. And mark the tag to show monthly inspection was completed. We need to inspect a fire extinguisher for various reasons. Firstly, and most importantly, we inspect them to make sure that we can safely extinguish a fire if necessary. Inspecting fire extinguishers is a core requirement, company policy, and important for client inspections and company reputation. Who is responsible for inspecting fire extinguishers? It is the responsibility of supervisors, foremen, laborers, lead hands, equipment operators, drivers, and mechanics. Please note that safety personnel, management, and client representatives are not responsible to inspect fire extinguishers. They are the check and balance to ensure policies are being followed. Thank you for participating in Terrafirma's fire extinguisher training.